Welcome home. We are WNST, AM 1570, Towson, Baltimore. We are Baltimore Positive. We're taking the Maryland Crab Cake Tour on the road. They have been kind of Roz at the lotteries, got me all hooked up with these Harlem Globetrotters. Top prize, $10,000. I will have these on Tuesday when we convene at Missoni's in Perry Hall. I'm going away for a little bit before opening day, and sort of a backlog of guests in a way that, like, in football season I do football, and baseball season I do baseball. I do a couple of Super Bowl with all the charities during Super Bowl week. And this young lady came into my space several years ago when I was doing the original Maryland Crab Cake Tour and doing 30 crab cakes in 30 days for our 30th anniversary all over the state. And I wound up at Salisbury. And she, at the time, Jake Day, who now serves the state, was the mayor of Salisbury, and I did the show in downtown Salisbury. And she was the secretary of kindness of
Mhm.
Salisbury. And I said, Secretary of Kindness, I don't know that I've met a lot of secretaries of kindness. And Grace Foxwell Murdock has been in my life from that moment. She's on Facebook and brought me pie from the Ugly Pie, which was then located downtown next to the Purdue plant. They've since moved to the other side of downtown Salisbury to make it a little easier off the bypass for me to stop in and get pies and cakes and cookies and all. And by the way, I found Death by Chocolate and Death by Coconut at a grocery store in Ocean City. So the Ugly Pie has expanded beyond Wacomico County, Dorchester
Oh,
County.
yeah.
We welcome Grace Foxwell Murdock back, not just pie eater and pie aficionado, but she is kindness. And I keep thinking to myself, when you die, and I hope that's 100 years from now, people will look back at Grace and say, she was about kindness. And I'm thinking
Mhm.
to myself, I hope people say that about me, but they're not going to. They may say Baltimore Positive or whatever, but I think you've made a space, and I just want to have a little time to chat with you about kindness because my mom's unavailable.
I appreciate that, Ness. All of that. I appreciate it. Yeah.
How did you adopt kindness as your thing? And by the way, your kind SPY is on my refrigerator downstairs. My wife put that up, and when she broke accidentally the kindness mug that you gave her,
Oh,
she had to go replace it, and like she got teary. She wanted to call you and say, "Oh my God, I broke the kindness mug." So we
oh,
went looking. We couldn't find the pink one that we wanted to find the exact same mug, but she's got a different kindness mug. So that's good. But you
good.
have inspired me in a way that you don't even know about. So I'm here telling you about it.
I love it. And that is the great thing about kindness is that you never really expect anything back, true kindness. But when it does ripple back to you or it makes somebody else's life a little bit better any day, it's a wonderful thing. You may not know it immediately, but kindness does boomerang and it comes back eventually. And I started out of a tragedy, and it was 2012 when the Sandy Hook massacre took place. And my niece lived in Sandy Hook. And I was devastated because, having been an educator, I felt I was part of that group who were attacked, those teachers and the children. And I called Beth and I said, how can I help? What can we do? Out of the conversations over many days and weeks, I created a kindness bracelet that I sent Beth 10. I made them and I sent them, and you count kind acts on this kindness bracelet. You move the beads and you try to do 12 kind acts every day,
Every day. Okay.
every day. And then at night,
That's 84
you
a week. I'm compounding this.
every day. And what happens is at night, you push them back and you think, oh gosh, I had a lousy day. It was raining. Wait a minute. No, someone said my hair looked nice. Somebody let me in line. Because intentionally thinking about kindness, you will be surprised how much kindness is around you. But if we don't think about it intentionally, we miss it. Absolutely goes away. So fast forward, the bracelet, I sent all those to Beth Ann. I said, just give them away. And I had friends and family started buying them from me. And I chose to use the money, my proceeds, to commit to sharing kindness in Salisbury and Wycomico County. And we are still in existence. We have a kindness commission that Jake Day commissioned for us. It's totally unofficial, but he gave us a kindness commission. We have 28 commissioners, and our main goal is to create, inspire, and support kindness in the community.
Who's the kindest person you knew?
Probably a teacher. My teachers who I loved in elementary school. My mother was one of the kindest people on this earth. I learned to share from her. She would bake bread and always make extra because we knew we were going to go to deliver it to somebody. I extend that to my grandchildren. We've always baked bread and cinnamon rolls together, and they always know we're going to make extra. And I still have, they started at age 2.5, and now my youngest baker on my husband's side of the family is 26 years old. I'm still sending cinnamon rolls when they come and visit.
There's a National Kindness Day, and I know
Yes.
you've done many things in Salisbury. Give me a little update since the last time I saw you on, I don't want to say the beads and little things that you do, and you've been kind to me, but
Right.
but events and gatherings for
Yes.
your cause above and
Yes.
beyond daily things.
On November 13th, which is World Kindness Day, we started in I think 2016, we did Dance for Kindness with Orly Waba's Life Fest Inside. And we had 500 people in attendance. And my goal was to unify the community, bring people together, make connections, have them be seen. And we had everyone there from grandmothers to 2- and 3-year-olds dancing in the street. Jake Day again said yes, and that's how a lot has happened because of Jake's. Yes.
Jake's running from me right now. He's busy. I can't get him on. I've been trying to get him at Mako. I even know his assistant. Jake, where are you?
Listen, Ness, I've got to point this out. Jake brought me this when he was deployed in Djibouti, and it was made by Native people there. And it says kindness is magic. So it is magic. It continues to be magic. We just committed to a week of Random Acts of Kindness Week, which is every February. And the kindness commissioners blessed the emergency room nurses with cakes from Walmart. Surprise. We had a kindness commissioner who made art with youngsters, and it was delivered to nursing homes. We made a tree of kindness for our local library, the Paul S. Sarbanes Library, which is about to be moved in Salisbury to the old Wildfowl Museum. But we made a kindness tree that people who came to the library put a kind thought on the tree. It was a great hit. It filled in before the week was out. We also delivered these huge kindness coloring posters to the superintendent of schools in Wycomico County, and one was delivered to every school in our county. And the big word in the middle was, of course, kindness. This is what we do. Every spring, we take a stuffed animal to the clients at Dove Point, which is a facility for handicapped and specially abled people. And you would think we were presenting them with an Oscar. They love it. We love it. And I have to say to people about kindness, we benefit from kindness 3 ways: giving it, receiving it, and just witnessing it. And I'm hoping that people who listen to this broadcast will be inspired to do kindness in any shape or form. Small, smile.
I didn't think about witnessing it, how that makes me feel.
Well, if
When
you
you
watch,
witness it, it inspires you to want to be a part of kindness. I would agree
yes,
with that.
and think of Steve Hartman, On the Road with Steve Hartman, and
Sure.
he does a feel good every, so often. I have teachers in the county who show those to their students in their classrooms because that inspires people to be kind. They're often about children and people who, a younger person who works with an older person. It's just inspirational. But my point is your acts of kindness, although we call them random, they need to be intentional also, because kindness is a way of thinking. It's not just something you do once in a while. You think about it all the time and your life improves. It lowers our blood pressure. It gives us those endorphins that make us feel better. And it helps us live a longer, happier life. This is science talking, not just Grace. But it changed my life in that I have been able to leave, I hope, a legacy. I am not the Secretary of Kindness anymore. I passed it to my left and right hand person. She's doing a phenomenal job. We just had Salisbury University students do a new branding for us, a new logo, and a new marketing campaign. We're about to launch a big fundraiser because we're always low on funds. And the more funds we have, the more fun and kindness can take place.
Well, if your fundraising includes ugly pie down in Salisbury, I'm gonna come down there and get ugly. I think about kindness. By the way, Grace Foxwell Murdock is the former Secretary of Kindness, a forever Secretary of Kindness in Salisbury, Wycomico County, as I get down to the beach in the summers. But the Socrates line, that's sort of a Buddhist expression. Is it true? And I asked this as a journalist. I asked this as a jerk on the radio when I'm being critical of sports teams or whatever, or humans, much more so with humans. Is it true? I've been doing this 35 years. I don't put anything out that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
Is it necessary? Holding power accountable for me is what I do. So it is necessary. Even when it's
Mm-hmm.
not nice, it's necessary. But is it kind? And that's a question. That's the three-part question. Is it true? Is
Mm-hmm.
it necessary? And is it kind?
Right.
Um, I think about true and necessary all the time. Kind, sometimes it isn't, but when it's intentional and um, it's hard to be kind to Donald Trump. For the
Well,
people that come, it is. I mean, it's a real. This goes back to biblical things and religious things and spiritual things. Is saying, where is my limit for tolerance for what is going on? To say, I got to put up a stop sign for that. But the kindness part of it on a daily basis to come through and see people out, being nice to people that serve you in restaurant, how you treat other people that may be beneath you on the totem pole of what you think life's experience should be. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? And I thought about that in regard to kindness, because I think it's hard to be kind all the time
it
in
is.
every it is. I mean, it's a challenge for all of our nervous systems, I think.
Right. But when we were doing we were participating in getting Salisbury named the first World Kindness USA city with the World Kindness Movement, their mantra was have courage and be kind, because it does take courage. Kindness gets a bad rap because people think it's weakness. And it is definitely not, because how hard is it to hold your tongue when you want to criticize somebody? So you have to have courage and say, is it kind? No. Is it going to change anything if I say this negative thing? Probably not. So, my mother always said, if you can't say something nice, keep your mouth closed.
Wouldn't make for a
Don't
good
say
radio show,
anything.
but this is why I'm having you on. I'm trying to soften myself up a little bit here, I'm not
I
a
know.
bad guy, Grace,
No,
but
but
but fighting evil, it's hard to do that with kindness. I would just say
yes.
that. And I think that where we are, even since the last time I got together with you with this creep getting elected the second time, like fighting that on a typical daily basis on my social media alone, there are really a lot of miserable people in this society. And that's why it's important for me to have people like you on to say, we have an antidote for that. Kind, and I would agree. I would not be kind to Donald Trump or any of his cronies if they came in here to me, because it would be necessary for me to let them know where I stand. But on a daily basis, there is a lack of it. And I think that's why we're talking about it, because there isn't enough kindness. There really isn't. There can be more.
You have a hard position because you are a commentator and people expect to hear from you, and that's fine. You don't have to be kind to people that you don't care for or you have a real problem with, but you can be professional. And there are ways to say things that get the point across without being ugly. And
And I'm a professional
again,
writer, so I know better. You know what I
that's
mean? I
exact.
have a thesaurus. I pick the exact word I want. Sometimes it's not kind, but it's necessary
Okay.
in my opinion. But
Mhm.
being unkind to people who don't deserve it, that to me really speaks to the leadership in this country. Being
I cannot.
unkind to
Yes,
people because you're speaking down to them. That's a power problem in our society, I think, in general.
I think.
Bosses,
Yeah,
patriarchy, race, just all
I think
across all of it.
there is a thread of that, but I also want to mention this. We have a two circles around us, a circle of concern and a circle of influence. I'm concerned about everything that's negative and just, I hate to use the term blowing up at this point, but everything that's happening, I have a huge concern for our country. I really do. But my circle of influence is Salisbury and Wycomico County and Maryland. And I can have an impact on that. I can be worried about the other, but I'm going to keep my space kind. I'm in a kindness bubble. I get it. I'm a little bit farther along than other people in my thinking. I know that. And people think, how can she do that? Because I need it. When I'm at my lowest point, I bake, I take it to people. I send somebody, I send a card.
Kindness gets you
It's
out of your
for
rut, is what
me.
you're saying. That
Yes.
okay, all right.
It's my kindness is part of my self-care and I need it. And at my low points, I think about other people. I have an attitude of gratitude all the time. I lost power last week, Ness. That's why I couldn't get on with you, remember? And boy, when those lights came and that
I
heat
hope you ate the
started,
ice cream first, right? You did that,
oh,
right?
yeah, I didn't lose any food, thank goodness. But I was so grateful. I went out and spoke to the Delmarva Power fellow, and I said, "I'm just so glad you're here." He said, "I'm glad you're not yelling at us because most people have been yelling."
You
I
guys
said,
got
"You,
really, you got hammered over there in the Eastern Shore,
yeah, we
right? Yeah.
did. But it went quickly, thank goodness. It came heavy and left quickly."
Not like that thing a month ago that put 4 inches of ice up here that it
Oh
sat around
no.
for 2 weeks, you know?
Oh no.
I was in an
No.
ice castle. Grace Foxwell Murdock is my friend in Salisbury, out on the Eastern Shore. And if you think there's not enough kindness coming on the Eastern Shore, you haven't met Grace. How can I help you? How can folks help you? Give me where to go online, fundraising events, the things that you're doing, so that you can continue to spread kindness. And I'm so glad that we made some time to get together here today
Me
because I've
too.
been
Me
chasing
too.
you
Thank
down.
you.
I've been meaning to have you on in this cruel, awful world and thinking I need 20 minutes of grace and talk about kindness here a little bit on the
Thank
radio.
you. Kindsby.org is our website, and it will show everything that we've been doing for the last 5 years as Kind SBY and 10 years in Salisbury. And we feel very proud that we are and will always be the first World Kindness USA city in our nation. And we are living it. Do we still have bad things that happen? Of course we do. But there are a whole group of commissioners and people beyond in our circles that make kindness the norm every day.
Well, you do that, and I got to figure the mug thing out I got to find that pink mug. I've been looking on the internet for the kindness mug, and we do have your sticker up, your SBY sticker. So everybody go out, kind SBY. That's for Salisbury, SBY.org. Very easy to find, Grace, and keep up the great work over there. And when I come through in August for Mako, and I might get down to the beach before that. I mean, I like the beach.
Yeah,
I should meet you at the Ugly Pie
you got
and
my digits.
and
You can
return
find
the
me.
favor by buying you one of those crumble berry, triple berry.
Oh,
I am a death by coconut guy, so you
I
can let
I
them
am
know that's my
too.
jam. That's
I
my thing.
also like the lemon. Let me leave you with my quote. May kindness find you every day, and when it does, give some away.
You're giving me extra kindness to give to someone else. That's nice of you. That's good. All right. Well, I'm going to work on that. And on behalf of my audience, everybody here knows I'm working on that. Some days it's a struggle, though. It's why we all
Have
religious
courage.
people go to penance and stuff, is because you screw up and you make a mistake. But at the end of the day, leading with kindness is a beautiful thing. And I don't want to get you. You remind me of my mom a little bit. Is that okay?
It's fine. That's
All
a
right.
compliment.
That's good. All right. That's good. My mom baked too. So does my wife. Grace Foxwell Murdock can be found at kindsby.org. She's down on the Eastern Shore, shoveling and feeding people and doing good things and spreading the word and making little bracelets that you can find as well. Go help her out. Grace, love you. Appreciate you. I'll see you down at Salisbury. All right.
Thank you so much.
Mogan's and some oysters right there in
Yes.
downtown Salisbury. We'll do it
Yes.
right. Ever since they built that bypass, nobody goes through Salisbury anymore. And I'm
We
like,
know.
Salisbury's good. Stop off for a minute,
We're trying. We're still trying, Ness.
Take the
Yep.
down. Don't take that left ramp that goes around past the Starbucks. Take the one that goes through the red lights like we used to. There you go. Is that good?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
All
Salisbury,
right.
Maryland. They're still part of all of this. I am Nestor. We are WNST, AM 1570, Towson, Baltimore. We never stop talking kindness and Baltimore positive. Stay with us.